Shalom. I would like to begin the lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rahaha Kodash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the brothers out there pushing this truth through peace and sincerity, to Akim, as well as you few sisters out there listening and learning. Akwat, to you also I say shalom. It's your brother, Bar, back with another lesson through the spirit. In today's lesson, I want to do a response or a reaction video to the brother Biblical Defenders page, the elder brother. I want to do a lesson, a land back off of a clip that he showed in the lesson I was watching of his earlier today, titled White Women and Other Nations Say So, called Black Men Are the Salt of the Earth. Eve hates it, right? And if you go out in the world and you're around Jake women like I am majority of the times, well, you know what? I'll go ahead and give my real world experiences and examples that I have encountered on a day-to-day basis. But I'll go ahead and play the video first. Then I have another clip of my own that just popped up as well. Also, the brother Shaquat, Yahweh Shai's King, 144, made a lesson as well while I was watching this, saying that brothers' values about to skyrocket like precious metals, which it wasn't a long. It's not necessarily talking about women, I don't think, but it's like in the same general concept, you could say. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video.
See, the difference between a black woman dating a white man and a black man dating a white woman is that when black women are on the other side, we still are fucking black queens. You hear me? We're still on our throne. But when y'all get y'all ass over there to that white lady, y'all become pets.
Black women have two different filtering systems with how they view interracial relationships. When Kamala Harris ran, most black women, that was never on their radar. They didn't even care. They were so focused on supporting her and believing because she went to HBCU, that counts, that the idea of she being dismissed because of who her spouse was with, that wasn't even the furthest thing from their mind. If Barack Obama had ran and his wife was white, would he have gotten that much support from the black community, specifically black women? And then when it comes to black men, especially men with money, men that they want, and even some men that they never did want, they will now have all this energy that they don't have for those ladies.
Here on TikTok, I've never noticed how many white women love black men. And if you don't believe me, just go look at my page. There are white women all over the place who are waiting for single black men.
It's gonna sound so ridiculous and so white girl-ish.
Let me hear
but I would say I've been like this basically since I knew I was attracted to men.
Yeah.
That I kind of was attracted to a darker skin color.
Say that again. What kind of skin color was you attracted to?
Darker skin.
Batman! We win again! We are the superheroes on Earth!
I used to play soccer, right?
Okay.
And there is not a lot of black men in Denmark.
Right.
We have a little bit, but it's not like here.
It ain't American black.
No.
It ain't the same.
At all. So, like, looking back, I'm like, where did I get this, like, itch from?
Damn, it's an itch. Ooh, can I scratch it? No, sorry.
It is.
This lady actually proved that yes, indeed, according to her, once a white woman goes black, she's never going back.
What about him? Is he like someone that's your type?
I don't like white men.
Why not?
I just never found them attractive.
So what's your preference?
Dark skins, redhead.
Okay, so what made you go dark?
My first boyfriend just like happened to be black, and like after that I just, didn't go back.
Look to them and don't let them stay within their race. Black men are choice. They will usually choose black women.
Yeah.
They usually will choose black women. Or if they go to other races, it's because she has black women features. It's not really because... So they love their blackness. It's just that we all love your blackness.
What kind of man are you looking for in America?
Black.
Why do you like a black man versus a Turkish man?
Because the black men are so masculine, so gentlemen. I'm not dating with Turkish guys.
Why not?
I don't like dating with them. No, I'm waiting with American guys.
Why do you want an American guy, not a Turkish guy?
They are so masculine. I don't like Turkish men. They are so jealous. They can accept me who I am. They are not my type.
You're black.
Yeah, I am black.
I like it.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. I'm black as well.
You're black as well.
Yeah. Valentina. I'm from Sweden, but I'm originally from Morocco. Only been with black boys.
I think black people is more, I think they are more emotional intelligence, has this sense of humor, and I think dating black man would be great kasi based on what I saw on the internet, they are good people.
If you could only date one black American, black British, black Canadian, or black African, which one are you picking?
Black American. Because they have big
I think that black women can better support black men by not judging them by their accolades or acts of service. I think that we need to look at black men beyond their earning capital.
Right.
Because we are living in a country that is systematically trying to oppress black men financially. A black man may never be able to step into my shoes and do what I do and make what I make. Don't fall for what they're trying to do to make you feel like your man ain't if he don't have what you have or he don't make what you make. I think that the first way we could better support black men is stop looking at their pockets before their characters. Hard for them to stay mad at me now. We tell women, if you really want to know that man, study him like your life depended on it.
Anything I can do for you.
Whatever needs to be done. It's my job. My job. To know you. It's my job to know what moves you, what causes you to tick, what doesn't. It's my job to know when you're feeling a particular way, and I can hear it in your voice. It's my job to know those things.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Bahashim, Rucha Hakwadash.
If you all haven't, so I'm gonna just say something about the first clip. If you all haven't seen that video, it's not this particular video, but there's a video that the brothers had did a while ago, like years ago. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it because the video is so old. But pretty much it was a compilation of clips of how Jake women were treating her. Dealing with white men versus how they treat their men in relationships when they're with the Jake man. And how they have been doing shit like this, or they're very, very submissive and obedient, but then when they're with the Jake man, they give them all out hell. Right? And that's just, what I'm saying, a part of the curses. But a lot of these women, a lot of Jake women, man, I see it on the daily. They do not treat Jake men how Jake men treat Jake women. You have a lot of guys out here who actually will treat their woman not good, but they don't receive that same type of treatment back. Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 56th verse. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground, for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for one of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. And there's another clip as well, or another precept as well. Genesis, the 3rd chapter and the 16th verse. It says, verse 15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. They're going to decide to control us, you know. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Isaiah 3:12. So it's not like we don't understand why Jake women act like this towards us, and the fact that they give government assistance, and Uncle Sam, their daddy Esau, provides so much for them. They think that they don't need Jake, right? They don't need us, quote unquote, black men. And the simple fact, the effects that feminism have had on them as well has destroyed the quote unquote black home.
Some men that they never did want. They will now have all this energy that they don't have for those ladies.
But yeah, I've definitely had accounts where I've told women that I don't discriminate, meaning I don't care if you black, brown, blue, purple. Yeah, I don't care what race you are or ethnic background you are, right? If you like me, you like me, and that's fine with me. You know what I'm saying? I never had no preference like, oh, only, because I have friends who are like that, only mess with black women. Okay. Little do these Jake men know, deep down, these so-called black women do not fuck with y'all for real. Because if they did, they would treat you with a higher standard like they're supposed to. And when they with other men or other men of the other nations, they don't treat them the same as they treat Jake men or so-called black men. And that's a fact.
Came on TikTok. I've never noticed how many white women love black men.
So like, going back to what that dude was saying. But, you know what I'm saying, you ask a Jake woman if she mess with a white man, she says yes. But then if you turn the question, if she asks you that same question back, would you mess with a white woman, and you say yes, then they look at you with a look of disdain on their face, as if what she's doing is any better, right? Because really, Israelite women aren't even supposed to sleep with men of other nations. But we can. There's a difference. We're just not supposed to lay down with Ham. No, Canaan. Hamites. I want to say Canaanites. But if I'm incorrect, brothers, please. Matter of fact, I can just Google that as well. I believe it's Canaan, though. Yeah, Canaan. Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, and the 1st verse. When Yahweh the Most High Power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when Yahweh the Most High Power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt not make no covenant with them, nor shew mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughters shalt thou take unto thy son. Right? For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High Power be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. If we take women, because there are rules and how you're supposed to go about taking women of other nations, but really for our women, they're not supposed to take men of other nations as well, right? Because our women weren't ordained or weren't made to be concubines. The heathen nations, that's their role. That's what the Lord called them to do. It's either here it is. There's rules about, you know what I'm saying, when you overthrow a country and how to go about taking their women in, right? Here it is right here. Deuteronomy, the 21st chapter and the 10th verse, it says, when thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and Yahweh the Most High Power hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. And a concubine or a mistress is just a lesser wife, right? She must pretty much like like a midwife, right? She would be a help. She could be a help to your wife, such as Sarah and Hagar. Then thou shalt bring her home to thy house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, meaning cut them, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her meaning her clothes, and shall remain in thy house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month, meaning mourn them, or pretty much grieve them. And after that, thou shalt go in unto her, meaning take her to be yours, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will. But thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. Meaning, if you pretty much hit her and you were not satisfied, you didn't want to take her to be your wife or property, then you could just let her go if you were unpleased with her. But that's what Jake women don't understand. When they think, because you have a lot of Jake women on the internet who say this, right? They like white men, all this other stuff. I'm done with black men. Okay. Like the elder Apostle Torah always says, we don't need you to create the nations again. Women are not significant in lineage or any of that. They're not. It's just a fact.
And And if you don't believe me, just go look at my page. There are white women all over the place who are waiting for single black men.
It's gonna suck.
And that's because, number one, they see the potential, right? They see us, as a brother said, man. Brothers are about to start being like precious metals. They see, you know what I'm saying? There was one Edomite woman who said, I want a Jake man because I want my kids to have a chance of surviving the destruction, because she know that they were Israelites, even though technically they're not her kids. You know what I'm saying? She helped create them, but these other nations women, they see something in us that our women don't, and that's okay, man. If the Lord wants to throw these heathen nation women towards us and towards my way specifically, I'll take it. But no, for real though, brothers are really about to start. Just know, brothers. Be patient, continue doing the work, and we gonna shine, right? And it ain't even about the women. We just really want to see these prophecies come to pass as well. But the brother Yahweh hopefully elect 777. I was reading this comment before I did this lesson. It says, Jake is winning. I live out here on the border of Mexico, and it's all Issachar. These women be going crazy for Judah. Damn near once a week or more, I get hit on, especially women coming from the other side of the fence. Worldwide, Jake is heavily desired, and that's a fact. You had, it's been so many interactions I done had with Edomite women. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot. It's been few interactions I've had with Edomite women, cause I'm a young man, so I'm still out there in the dating market and stuff like that. I seen one today when I was in the mall that looked really good. You know what I'm saying? I smiled at her, she smiled back, right? And I essentially could have jumped down on her, but I just didn't feel the need to. Then the other day I was in Walmart, and this girl, she was throwing me signs too, but I just ain't feel the need to jump down on her neither. But I could tell, like you could tell just based off of the vibe, or like, I don't know, the spirit, I don't know what to call it, but just the vibe that was going on, I could tell that she wanted me to say something to her, right? But it's like simple interactions like that. I even had a instance when I was back home this past break where I was in a predominantly Edomite bar and was walking around and stuff like that. Then a girl, she just came up, talked to me, you know what I'm saying, started chopping it up with me, and she gave me her phone number. Like, right off the back, I ain't even have to ask her nothing. Like, she just was like saying I was fine and shit and all this other stuff. So, but I don't never be having no, I'm not gonna say I don't never have no interactions like that with Judite women, but it's not as easy.
What attracts you to black men?
And I've also had interactions with brown women as well, the Elomites, where they were fond of me and things of that nature. And even just back in high school, like literally the first girl I even took on a date was an Edomite woman, because she showed me more attention back then than the Jake woman at my school. So even then, my first girlfriend was a brown woman. The first girl, then the next girl I messed with was an Edomite woman, right? It's just simple stuff like that I'm just thinking about, like even back then.
What attracts you to black men the most?
Sex appeal, like for example,
Like, it's so bad that the Jake women at our school, when I went to high school, they didn't even want to mess with none of us. And I'm talking about the guys that were in my friend group. They never even wanted to mess with none of us. So we had to talk to girls from other schools.
What attracts you to black men the most?
sex appeal, like for example, their eyes and nose.
Their eyes and nose.
Like I like the most. In the past year, I have boyfriend, black man. So which is
Oh, you before dated with a black guy.
Yes. He is so very tall, moreno, something like moreno.
Yeah.
And a long nose and a beautiful eyes. So I attract the most in that area.
Would you consider dating a black man?
Yes, I consider because I love black men. And I love being with them because they are so very friendly, approachable, and also good personality. So black men, love yourself and do a good thing in the Philippines or in the other country. Thank you.
What attracts you?
So, I mean, it's evident. Listen, man. At the end of the day, I say rock with who rock with you. If a woman like you, that's the best thing, right? You don't ever want to be in no case where you out here chasing no woman or trying to get her attention, because that's what a lot of Jake women do. They have the pride and the entitlement of Jake men most times. Or not Jake men, Slocky, but men in general. You don't want to date somebody like that. A lot of our women are, fortunately, sad to say, but they are indeed more masculine, while these other nations' women are more feminine. And I come to a point where in 2026, all right, hey man, I'm done messing with Jake women, unless it's Northern Kingdom. And when I say Jake women, I'm talking about the Southern Kingdom. I'm done messing with them, bro. That's a thing of the past. And if I do decide to get with any women this year, it's gonna be either Heathen Nation, and that's really up to the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. If I do decide to get with any woman this year, though, it either be Heathen Nation women, most likely a Edomite, or an Asian, you know what I'm saying, Moab, Ammon, because they women look good too, or a Northern Kingdom, a Latino. So, I'm gonna be honest. I've been seeing more and more Jake men with other women, and the ones I see whenever I see them, I be thinking in my head, oh yeah, he chose less problems. That's quite literally a fact. I say, yeah, he chose less problems. Whenever I see a Jake man with a Jake woman, most times it don't be good, and it be looking like this nigga's going through hell. And I say, the water Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, I'm not in that nigga's lot. I recall one time, and this is just the one time I can vividly remember it. I'm pretty sure I've come across it multiple times. Where it was a Jake dude, he probably wasn't that much older than me, walking around with his BM, got like at least 3 to 5 kids. This nigga looked like he was in hell on earth. Like, damn. Like, this nigga like he going through it. He can't take this shit no more. Nonetheless, though, Tawadi Halbashim Yahushua. Matthew 5:13, it says, disciples in the world, says, ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. You got to always remember this, brothers. We are above the other nations. So you got to conduct yourself in a kingly manner and look at yourself as a king at all points in time, right? And that's with dealing with women, dealing with yourself. It's like you're dealing with women, dealing with yourself, dealing with people as a whole. Never look down upon yourself. Even in this captivity, we still got to hold our head high and be grateful and thankful that we have this truth, right? Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid, right? Even if they, think about it, man. Throughout all the things they've done to try and bring our people down and hold us back, yet we still shine and excel. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Set your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Isaiah 4:1. Coming to a city near you, especially with the things going on in the world. Isaiah 3:25 is going to go into effect very soon as well. And what is that? What is that? 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Is it the 16th chapter? So like, maybe the 16th chapter. Yep, here it is. All right. Isaiah the 3rd chapter and the 25th verse. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in war. And even then, we're getting shine. Esau, Edom mad because they women. I'm very confident to say. I'm very confident in saying that I think majority of the women around the world have a strong taste and liking for our men, the Israelite men, especially the Southern Kingdom. You just seeing more and more of them be vocal about it and come out about it, because some of them have been suppressed. I know a lot of these, when I see a lot of these good-looking Edomite women or heathen women, and they be with mid-looking, as we like to call them, mid-Edomites, or Edomites who look like they might got some mental problems going on. They not there all the way. They be choosing them type of dudes because it's a safe choice. But very soon, we're going to be the best choice. It's just plain and simple. Isaiah 3:25, it says, Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. And 2nd Ezra 16:33, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things, and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. And Isaiah 4:1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. A lot of these older women have reproach now because they decided to fuck around. And later on in their years, they found out. You have a lot of women that are older now that are single. They don't have a man. Not realizing that their SMV has tanked because nobody wants an old maid. Let's get that in the NLT. It says, in that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each other. In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, Let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we don't be mocked as old maids. The biblical things in the biblical sense of life is going to start coming back when this society collapses. Isaiah 13:12 says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. And that's through what? The prophecies that we've been saying, things that we're saying coming to pass now. are starting to come to pass and are not going to continue to come to pass. And people realizing, hey, this group of guys over here, it's something about them, right? They telling the truth. The Lord must be with them, which I'm gonna get that next. Daniel 12:3 it says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Right? And that's not just concerning with women. I'm using it in that sense, but that's not even what that scripture is talking about. That more so relates with Isaiah 13:12. What was that one I got? Zechariah the 8th chapter and the 20th verse, it says, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities, and the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, Let us go speedily to pray before the Lord Yahweh, and to seek the Lord Yahweh of hosts. I will go also. Yeah, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem, and to pray before Yahweh. Here's my point. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew or Israelite, saying, We will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High Power is with you. And that's not just concerning men. It could be talking about a human being, a person, right? Man, male. Really, I'm referring to a human being though, because it could refer to a man or a woman. Nonetheless, though, I don't see any brothers taking men in, unless of course it's another brother. But nonetheless, though, we're gonna have people inquiring about what's going on in the world. Why are these things happening? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Because then in that day, the Lord's going to put the Spirit on them to know that a prophet hath been among them. Let me see something. Why? Because the Lord hath put the Spirit on us. The Lord hath put the words in our mouth to speak the words of prophecy. So yeah, man, they women desire us as a collective, man. Esau, Edom, it's okay. You can't do anything about this. Just once again, prophecy, right? Prophecy. The curses are indeed falling upon you. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to those out there listening and watching. I'm going to close it off there. Call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Kodash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom Israel, Shalom. And as always, we're one day closer to the kingdom, man. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Shalom Israel.